Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to the month of July. It's July 2nd now, but it's July. Welcome to the second half of this year. I can't wait. We got a lot of movies coming up, and well, tonight I'm going to see Spider Man. But before we get to that, we're starting movies that are so bad they're good month. And what better way to start than a movie I just saw like a couple days ago? It's a dumb action, like fantasy, adventure thriller with some comedic elements in it. uh, Avengers Grimm. Yeah, this movie has less to do with the Avengers and more to do with the Once Upon a Time TV show that came out in 2011. Because most of the characters are fairy tale characters. But this movie's stupid as hell. It really is. But it's my kind of film. Like I was entertained. Basically, this is the synopsis. Rumpelstiltskin destroys a magic mirror and escapes to a modern world. Once upon a time, princesses Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Snow White, and Rapunzel follow. Well trained and endowed with magical powers, they must fight Rumpelstiltskin and his army of thralls before he enslaves everyone on Earth. That's basically the synopsis in a heartbeat, and it's got a decent sized cast that I didn't hate. You have Casper Van Dien, who I just saw in Star Raiders, Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk himself, the voice of the Hulk in the first Avengers and the second one, and Chemo Leopoldo. Yeah, I've never heard of him, but and a bunch of hot chicks that play the princesses. You have Lauren Parkinson, Millen Sarli, Riley Vanderbilt, Elizabeth Peterson, and Mara Fairclough. Yeah, they're pretty interesting girls for a direct-to-video film. Now, this movie's dumb, I know. It got a third, no, not Avenging Angelo, Avenging Avengers. I checked the wrong movie here. I'm still reviewing this, but I put the wrong film. It has nothing to do with the Avengers. It just they called it that because it came out when the second movie came out, Avengers Grimm. And this actually got a sequel. That's how dumb this movie is. It got a cult following, and yeah, a 2.7 is too low, guys. I'm sorry. It is bad, but it's not that bad. It's not so bad that I can't watch it again. It's an asylum movie. I mean, look. Is it? Yeah, it is from the asylum. It says it here on the bottom, but yeah, I don't think you can read it. The asylum. The same guys that did Sharknado, another franchise I think is so bad it's good, in a good way. Yeah, it says it here. 2015. It came out April. This is before the Avengers, Age of Ultron. The Asylum. Yeah. Critical reception, yeah. Like many of the Asylum mockbusters, the film received universal negative reviews because it's low budget and it doesn't have the flashy effects of Avengers and the coherent plot, or um, it doesn't have the acting talent of a movie like of that caliber. But for what it did do, I was entertained, guys. That's the basic thing about all these movies that I'm going to be reviewing this month, that are excluding Spider Man, because I know that's going to be awesome tonight. They don't have to have the highest budgets. They don't have to have the best acting. They don't even have to have the best plot. But if they entertain me, like this did, with its gore, yeah, there's gore in the movie. This is not for children. They're cursing it. The women are badass, and they're not, SJWs, which is a nice feat because every movie now has to have a wokeness and freaking agendas behind it, saying, "Oh yeah, we have to have women be tough just to be tough." Here, it makes sense because they're ripping off Once Upon a Time. Uh, and yeah, the women, here they're sexy, and they're pretty decent. They're not horrible actors. I've seen worse on the Disney Channel. And yeah, the film is short. It's only 80 something minutes, 87 minutes. It goes by real quick. And if you want to see a dumbed down version of Once Upon a Time, but not done like in the worst possible way, this is a fun watch. I keep it short because the movie's very short. And there's some moments that there's some bad CG. I know that. I'm not gonna act like this is perfect. There's some backgrounds that don't look well, but it doesn't have the worst effects I've ever seen. Not even from the Asylum. Yeah, I've seen big budget $100 million movies that look way worse, or $200 million movies. This isn't one of them. This is a very low budget, but if you want to have fun and you want to see something that's under 2 hours than a Marvel movie or DC movie, this is definitely a this is a much better movie than Suicide Squad. That had a big cast of nobodies that with horrible CGI and an incoherent plot, a bad soundtrack, bad acting, a tone that was all over the place. At least this movie knows what it is. It's dumb and it's my kind of movie. Sometimes I don't. I want to see something that's not, high art. I want to see something that's just lowbrow and humorous and fun. And I will see the Avengers Grim Time Wars one day. I think it's a mockbuster of Infinity War. Let me see. Yeah, and this also the critical reception. Let's face it, none of these movies have ever gotten a high rating on IMDb because people think that they're terrible. I'm like, but it's bad, so bad it's good, and that's what I'm doing this month. So, yeah, decent cast. Some fun action sequences that I can actually see. It's not dark like Solo where I can't see a thing. It's got some it's shot well in certain places. The locations are mostly real. I like the costumes they wear, the sets they have. And the low budget they use it to their advantage for whatever for reason. It's charming for what it is, and it's tongue in cheek, and I like that. That's the kind of films that I like to watch on a Saturday when I'm bored out of my mind. And Jeremy M. Inman, he's not the worst director I've ever seen. Trust me, I've seen movies from Olivia Megaton. He's a guy that did a crappy Taken sequel, two crappy Taken sequels, and Transporter 3. Yeah, those movies are so badly edited I can't even see what's going on. At least here I can, and it's fun. So this is Avengers Grim Assemble. Yeah, just watch it at your own risk if you're interested. If you've seen an Asylum movie and you can take it, trust me, it's not the worst movie ever made. See movies from MST3K that they ripped; those are way freaking worse, especially from the first couple seasons. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll do another review tonight of Spider-Man: Far From Home. No spoilers. Keep your spoilers to yourself. Do not spoil this movie. You saw what happened with Endgame. Don't spoil an MCU movie because it will come back to haunt you. But anyway, other than that, see you guys in the next review tonight. So later.